So first, a very, very big welcome to you all, our partners, our customers, friends, and the amazing speakers who have given up their time to talk to us. I am very excited by what lays ahead, none of which would have been possible without a huge number of people, my colleagues at Weatherbys, Mike and Shuna from Generous Gene, and Foregather, but there's a lot that I won't have mentioned. All have worked tirelessly to bring you something special. So last year's conference was a step into the unknown. I knew we wanted to engage with all our clients, potential clients, introducers, and friends on a very different level to that of a transactional banker. Transactions can be done by machines, and relationships are, perhaps, the meaning of life. And it will be how we relate as human beings that will decide our collective fate in the years to come. The world is changed. Old assumptions have been bludgeoned, social norms challenged, institutions humbled, the environment in crisis. And the speakers we have assembled for you today tell me this is just the beginning. Far greater and more traumatic change lays ahead. But also, I am told, extraordinary opportunities for those literate about the future and willing to challenge the status quo. Most of us know something of the extraordinary issues that face us, but when we chose the three main topics of today, we had no idea quite how timely these topics would be. For every day, there is news of the extreme stress that many of us suffer under. Stress from work, stress from the technology that means that we are essentially open all hours, 24/7. This stress is born out of a broken contract between the needs of the human and the needs of the market. As physicist Amory Lovin says, the markets are a good servant, but a bad master, and a worse religion. And then there's the stress of knowing that currently 225,000 people will develop dementia this year. That's 1 every 3 minutes. 1 in 6 people over the age of 80 have dementia. Now, both my parents had it, and I'm pretty sure everyone in this room knows somebody with a horrific shadow over them. And yet the brain remains a mystery, massively complex, little understood, a humbling challenge. But there is light in the darkness. Extraordinary advances in neuroscience and technology are making startling inroads, which we will hear of later today. Every day, and indeed every minute, there is news and comment on climate change, the environment, and the future of our planet. The operating system of humanity is under attack from, ironically, humanity. Companies, investors, regulators, governments, and consumers are increasingly acting, and this shift will have the most momentous effects on our personal wealth and the well-being of us all. Every astronaut will tell you it makes no sense to damage your own spaceship, but we have. And within a generation, we must repair that damage. And every day, indeed, it feels like every second, there is news and comment about the failures of our democracy. But it's not just the UK where old models of governance have failed to keep up with modern opportunities and threats. As news from Hong Kong, or the United States, or Russia, or Italy, or South Africa reminds us, can democracy reinvent itself for the world that is arriving, digital, distributed, and environmentally challenged? Now, it may sound a bit grand, but I wanted our bank to be on the right side of history. After all, the philosopher Daniel Dennett said, "The secret of happiness is to find something more important than you are, and then dedicate your life to it." Now, for many of us, we think we have done that by building successful businesses and hopefully successful families. But that is just the beginning. Today, we will consider many of the questions the future is asking us, the bigger than me questions we must address for our businesses and children's sake. I hope it motivates us all to think about what we can do. For unless we do, our families' lives will only become more difficult and possibly even impossible. This is a room of the educated, the successful, the well-connected, the curious, and these extraordinary times require your extraordinary skills, with the assistance of an extraordinary bank. Mark Twain said, "History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes." And at Weatherbys, we've been around long enough to be a very small part of that history, and I hope we can help you build the future we need. So I hope you have a very interesting day. Thank you.